What's going on, people? As you guys know, I am tracking my win rates and playing through all of the classes that I need for the class leaderboard. I've finished Warrior and Sorcerer so far, so I'm moving on to Assassin. I have played a couple games off stream with it. I'm currently 3-2, so not showing very good signs early with Assassin, but I also wasn't expecting a ton from it. This is the deck. It's kind of like a mid-range Assassin. I could probably try and fit some Giant Snakes in here potentially, but we've got the Quartermasters and Firebolts. Mournhold Trader is really your big-ticket early creature. Wardcrafter is fantastic for protecting Trader. Then we curve into Brotherhood Slayer and Cunning Ally, and Daggerfall Mage, just, you know, solid cards in the mid-game. And then Deshaun Avenger and Sadra's Agent are both sticky and annoying creatures. And hopefully at this point, Royal Sage is triggering. And then you have Cliff Racer and Leaf Lurker. Just Cliff Racer is fantastic for pushing face damage. Leaf Lurker is a Tempo Dream. And then we've got 2 Baroness, 1 Tazcad, and 1 Supreme Atromancer, just to kind of act as somewhat of finishers in the deck. Hopefully I remember to toss a deck code down below in the description. Not that I think this is like a can't-miss deck or anything. Like I said, I don't think this is the most powerful deck, but I think it's a decent one, and I don't want to really try and play Control Assassin, because that's really Feast or Famine. And like a full-on, all-out aggro burn Assassin, while probably viable, is not the kind of strategy that I have fun playing. So we're just going to get rid of that for now. See how we can do. Actually, I think I will pause it and I'll be right back once we find a game. Alrighty, we have matched up with an opponent. We'll find out what we're going to be playing against. It is a scout. If we draw well, this could be a very solid matchup for us. If we do not draw well, they can stonewall us and kind of just take us out. On that front, I do like double early Wardcrafter. Ideally, one of these Wardcrafters would be a Mournhold Trader, but I'm not going to get too picky with it. I'll just get this out. I may ring out Daggerfall Mage next turn, unless they play Thieves Guild or Fighters Guild to contest. Then we'll play our Wardcrafter.
I bark and burn. This is interesting.
Alright, this is going about as I expected it could. Hopefully we can curve into Royal Sage on turn 4.
Friend, do your worst.
I don't know what worst case scenario is. Emulator's running a little choppy today.
I will not waste words on one so ugly.
Not the worst case scenario I was thinking of, but I guess it's one of them. I guess we forego the Daggerfall Mage for now,
Friend,
and just play this, and finally push some damage towards the face. We have built ourselves an okay little board here. It's just a very frail one. 1 Murkwater Witch and we're dead, pretty much.
I bark and burn.
Okay.
This is interesting. If I fall, the hist will.
I think we just go ahead and slap this Royal Sage down, unless we draw like a 2-drop.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
If any of these guys roll a ward, which they do not, it's fine. We'll kill off Regenerate.
Dog. I'm ready for you. Your blood will spill.
I mean, not the best position to be in on turn 4 with this deck. Only 5 damage in, and they have a fistful of cards. But, you know, we have an okay board.
The hist shall heal you.
And if somehow they have nothing more, then we can do some stuff here.
I have you now. Your blood will spill.
I'm gonna get Baron's Eye out just for the attack.
More enemies.
They have a Leaf Lurker. This is a little unfortunate. If they don't, having 13 damage on the board is really good, but you gotta assume they have something to answer us here. Whether it's a Fat Guard or something else, you know, anybody's guess. But we are curving towards Baroness, and I have all 3 ring charges still. So that's pretty solid. They do have the Leaf Lurker.
The Night Mother will guide us.
Let's take out the Leaf Lurker. Let's take our face damage. We'll play double 3-drop. Even if they poke this and Leaf Lurker again, it's not the worst thing. We have our own Leaf Lurker. For some reason, they have like Nahagleave or something ready to go. I finish off, which is essentially a Leaf Lurker, but more efficient here.
My sword hand itches.
Okay. Now that sucks. I'm gonna pivot into a Baroness in the right lane.
My time is precious.
Reduced cost Cliff Racer is great. I want to save the Leaf Lurker because this is Ramp Scout and they're getting into their big stuff, so I want to be ready for an answer. As of right now, we can get them down to 11, maybe even 9 if I use the Tome on this.
I'll lead my family to glory.
Astrid's annoying, but you know there's nothing to do about it here.
You waste my breath.
You swim in deep waters.
Sheol take you.
Let's draw first.
What have we here?
That's really good. Which makes me want to go Tome for 7 and then play Cliff Racer.
These streets are mine.
Because not only does that give us lethal on the board with these two, assuming they kill my Baroness,
Quench your thirst, friend.
it gives us potential answers with Atromancer if even just a Thieves Guild Recruit goes face somehow.
I do not fear death.
Like it's potentially shaping up
Forest
here.
is my
Never
strength
mind.
and my courage.
The void awaits you.
Oh, that's actually
Quench your
lethal.
thirst, friend.
The 0-cost Harpy will give us lethal with Supreme Atromancer.
You are outmatched.
Because that'll deal 4 to the face. And then we'll play a Harpy, which will deal an additional 2 to the face, ending the game.
A fine bat.
So, we got one of our late game finishers at the right time. They had plenty of speed bumps to try and slow us down. We were just able to push through. Which I think that'll give us 4 and 2 with Assassin. Sorry, I'm going to open up Notepad++ real quick so I can keep my tracking going. Warrior is no longer ongoing. Let's open this. I don't really know what I'm planning to do with this data that I'm collecting. I guess at the worst, it's interesting for some people. We'll find out. That 15-1 with Mid Sorcerer to start the year was incredible. Or not start the year, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess it was kind of starting the year, but to start the season. Playing against Grim here. They're playing on Crusader, which could be very bad for us. Both Aggro Crusader and Token Crusader are both bad. I'll put this back. I'll keep the Daggerfall Mage. I'd love to nail a 2-drop or a Mournhold Trader. Another Wardcrafter's not bad.
Met, marsh friend.
Greetings, citizen.
There's the Mournhold Trader I was talking about. So now it just comes down to what kind of Crusader are they. And essentially, no matter what, they have a solid turn 1 play. Or they should have. Unless they're playing a slower Crusader. But I will gladly play this out. Even if they contest me with a Rift Thane, I can Wardcrafter and trade.
Close ranks.
Let nothing through. Getting tons of lightning bolts that I don't particularly need.
Surprise!
So we're building an okay board here. Maybe they don't expect us to have another lightning bolt or another Wardcrafter. Maybe they play something that is boltable.
I'm ready for anything.
Nope, I'm just gonna hit that. Okay. Guess the question is, do I think they have...
Watch yourself now.
Do you want to start getting face damage in? Even if they take this trade, it's not the worst thing, and we have a warded Mournhold Trader.
You get one shot. Make it good.
Okay.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
I think they're going to try and race me a little bit. If I can draw a 2-drop next turn, I will play 2-drop plus Baron Zaya. They have Dawnbreaker. Yikes.
Gore and glory.
But also, I can trade both of those out.
Steel and
Yeah, like, all of that is fine. Or what I can do here is... play Ungalim.
The Black Hand sees all.
Lightning bolt that. Make this trade here. Make this trade here. Now that took care of Dawnbreaker and a Steel Scimitar. So we just answered a ton of power cards from them.
Here we make our stand. Close ranks. Let nothing through.
If they buffed here, alright, they buffed themselves. Okay. Do I want to take 9 here? The safer play is just to bolt that and go face. Let's go face first, see what happens.
Sheol take you. Just give me a name.
They are a bit more committed to the race than I am, but with that Baron Zaya in hand and a Deshaun Avenger, I feel pretty comfortable that we'll be able to set up something pretty good here. Sorry, I was just tripping all over my words.
Honor and blood.
The Royal Sages aren't doing a ton right now.
They will pay the blood price. Get one shot.
Oof.
Make it good. By the first board.
That was pretty ideal.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
Your death will be swift.
I guess our best play here is Daggerfall and Baron Zaya.
Fires of oblivion.
And in hindsight, we should have played Baron Zaya previously.
To me.
And we're still probably dead this turn, especially if they have another Wood Orc Headhunter.
Steal it, so.
This breaks through for 3, bringing us down to 6. Even a Scimitar takes us down, which I assume they were running. Or even a Battle Rage Orc.
By the egg, a fine battle.
Oh, they just had double Wood Orc Headhunter.
Fine battle.
They will pay the blood price. Scorch the
That's solid. So yeah, probably should have played the Baron Zaya previously. However, on the turn they had Tyr and the Morkel Gatekeeper. That was 9 damage on the board. We were at, I think, 16. So I think we might have been dead anyway, even if we didn't bolt the Tyr. So that would have been 9 damage. And then they had a second Morkel. No, they didn't have a second Morkel. They had Stone Shard plus... I don't know. Did they have... No, I think we might have survived with 2. I don't know. We would have to see their hand. But they definitely had double Wood Orc Headhunter. They wouldn't have had the Magicka to play with double Wood Orc Headhunter if I left up Tyr and Morkel. But they would have needed 2 power additional, assuming they played 1 Wood Orc Headhunter. I mean, obviously hindsight is where you find out everything. I don't necessarily know if that was, or what was even in their hand. Against Assassin, I think we do keep a Firebolt. One-Hole Trader is a very good card to have with Ring. And then we have the Firebolt just in case they play a Fighters Guild Recruit to contest this.
You can trust me.
Alright, no Fighters Guild Recruit.
Didn't see this coming,
We just
eh?
play Quartermaster.
I keep a spare blade in my
It's weird to see an Assassin that doesn't have a turn 2 play.
by the fires of oblivion.
I could Royal Sage, which is the best amount of power we can get onto the board.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
Surprise!
Don't underestimate me.
Alright, now they'll have to make this trade if they want to get to my
Out upon it.
guy. If they tome up on this, I think we just run away with the game.
The Night Mother will
That's
guide
fine.
us.
Let's just take both of these out.
Surprise!
Pass. We have Deshaun Avenger online for next turn. What else do we have going on? They're just going to go ahead and concede. Okay.
A fine battle.
Actually, I think we're going to get one more. I don't want to end on a random concede. We're at 5-3 with Assassin right now. Still not great. But like I said, I think Assassin's pretty weak overall right now. Got attribute rewards? I think it's just gold. Oh no, it's not. Okay. I thought I had hit 25 with all both intelligence and agility, but I guess not. We're going to get another one, and we'll be right back in just a minute. Okay, we have found ourselves a match. It's against a Mage, which is not going to be very easy. Oh, I played against this mage earlier. This is a control mage, but when I played against them, they're not even very prophecy heavy, but I hit 3 prophecies against them when I played them, and that was essentially the game. I got to one point where they were down to 4, and I had 13 cards, not 13. No, I had 9 cards in my deck that were lethal. And for like the next 11 turns, I couldn't draw them. So we lost. But these things happen. We couldn't push through the rest of the damage we needed and wound up losing for it. Playing this over the Crown Quartermaster just for the long-term damage potential. Not of the 2 damage versus 1 damage. I mean, pulling a 1-cost assassin would be incredible.
Your death will be swift.
Being able to go Mournhold Trader number 2 plus Crown Quartermaster next turn would be incredible. Depends on what they have. Even if it's a Harpy, we can make trades.
By the fires of oblivion.
Just don't hit a prophecy.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
Sweet.
For the Black Hand.
You can trust me.
This might be handy.
There is consideration to put in this lane. They have Shadowmere in their control mage.
I am beaten.
By the 3, I will spill your blood.
That is certainly something.
Your death will be swift.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
So they can tome and trade here. But I'm still going to play the Brotherhood Slayer in this lane. Because if they try and get greedy and tome and trade this, I can Leaf Lurker their buffed Daggerfall.
Out upon it.
Didn't see this coming, eh? The forest is my cloak.
We have 8 on the board, another 6 from hand. Later in the game, obviously, not right now. They've got a jab.
By the 3, I will spill your blood.
Another.
I mean, I can play this into this. See what we pull.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
Lethal Drain.
I have you now.
I don't know if that is particularly useful, but we're still just trying to push as close as we can to a Tazcad victory. If they have Ice Storm, they have Ice Storm. I can't stop that. We are running out of gas a little bit, so I'd very much love to see some of those Brotherhood Assassins. Crushing blow. Do they have a bolt for this as well? Looks like they do. No, they have a Hive Defender. Okay. Just gonna push the damage while I can.
You can't escape.
Okay. That is hot garbage, but okay. The only prophecies I've seen them run were Cloud Rest, Javelin, Lightning Bolt, and I think they were running Fate Weaver.
Just give me an
But now we saw Dark Harvester, so I guess they are slightly prophecy heavy and they just drew none of their prophecies last time I played them. I don't know.
By the sacred words of Belor.
Having to use TASCAD to do this is very unfortunate. And we're back into the bricking our top decks, drawing a 3 into a 2 in the late game. We don't have a ton of late game, but we do have way more than we're drawing. They've played 2 lightning bolts already, I think? No, 1 lightning bolt, 2 crushing blows. And 1 javelin. Okay. All 3 crushing blows.
I will give you
This is
pain
incredible
beyond
draw.
measure.
Watch yourself now.
Jesus Christ!
Let none defile our temple.
Oh my god!
I shall end their blasphemy.
Yeah, so they're only drawing their late game and hitting all of their prophecies. Oh god. 'Tis better to be lucky than good in this game.
I'll lead my family to glory.
We have 1 bolt left in our deck. We have our Supreme Atromancer. We have 3 more Cliff Racers.
As powerful as you believe.
Yes, they drew every single one of their late game creatures. This is incredible. I'm telling you, you literally lose this game unless you draw exactly like this every time. None of this is helpful. I'll hang on to the Harpy. This gets hit by a bolt that they drew.
May the ancestors bless us.
This turns into Oda or Iron Atro. They hit us with a 2-cost crushing blow.
No, part 2.
We do not hit our prophecies.
Elements.
5, 7. I mean, they still have lethal. It happens. That's why people play prophecies, is to get incredibly lucky.
I shall tear your heart out, deceiver.
A fine battle.
For old Outmarys.
The void awaits you.
Ugh. That's I can't say anything nice about that. That is literally only drawing your removal at the right times while hitting the prophecies and not in vice versa. If you draw those in the opposite order, you lose that game every time. I just so happen to be on the wrong end of it twice. But that's all good. Assassin is now at 5-4. We will quickly try and push through our remaining 10 wins to try and get to a better class. But it's not too bad overall. We're still chugging along. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.